Hello once again to the 2015 USA Curling National Championships. My name is Joe Calabrese. Alongside me is John Benton and producer B.A. Brian Anderson. We have the finals here of the women's championships here, and it's going to be an exciting game. It's Team Lank versus Team Erica Brown. Let's meet the teams.
Hi, I'm Erica Brown. I am the skip of Team Brown. My lead is Kendall Bain, my second is Rebecca Funk, and my third is Alex Carlson.
Hi, I'm Patty, skip of Team Lank. My lead is Madison Lank, my daughter. My second is Anna Bowman, and my third is Maureen Stolt. Our coach is Pete Stolt, Maureen's husband.
So center guard played here with the first stone by Lank. So it looks like we're going to get some rocks in play early.
Yeah, Joe, looks like they might mix it up a little bit here early.
And Patty's done a little bit of that throughout the week. Patty's a 5-time national champion skip. Erica, 2 as a skip, 5 as a vice.
Yeah, tons of experience, obviously, for the 2 skips on these teams. Not so much for the rest of either team.
Both teams kind of retooled for this season.
You know, they've all had national experience either as juniors or adults. I don't think many of them have gotten to the playoff level, with maybe the exception of Alex Carlson and Becca Funk. So it's really good to see, you know, some of the veteran skips pulling in some of these younger players, getting them some great experience at a national championship and on tour.
And for some of these players, it'll be their first championship.
So Erica's gone around,
you got a little more room.
gotten right to the button
Little more room.
with Kendall's first rock and Kendall's second rock on the way here.
Are you to the back or no?
Madison
Yes? Yep.
Lank throwing her first rock to the back 8-foot.
Yep. Whoa. Right to it, right to it.
And now Kendall's rock sliding to the back.
That works.
So Brown sits 2.
Looks like Patty's going to play the run back here. Not super excited about the way the end is set up so far with Erica sitting 2 already. So asking Anna Bauman to try and run one back here. She's close. Going to get the back one. All of those rocks go spinning out of the rings with the exception of that one there that Erica was sweeping.
Pretty good shot there. Leaves their guard as a center. They might be able to use that later.
Yeah, it's a good result because it leaves a Lank counter in the rings that Erica has to consider. Erica having the hammer, she's going to go with the freeze, it looks like, to that rock.
Throw 7.
So this is Funk.
No. Well, no.
So this rock's sailing a bit.
No. Never. Don't even.
Needs to bite pretty quick.
Just trying to get over to that rock. She'd love to catch a little piece of it. And she does sail right by.
So Lank has a choice. Can try to play another run back or just freeze. I think with the second counter there, she's going to freeze.
It's an interesting situation right there, Joe, because if Becca's able to make that freeze, all of a sudden, you know, there's an early, really good chance for Erica to get a 2 with that miss. If Anna Bauman can make a great freeze here, all of a sudden the force is on. So
big change of events there.
Yeah, let's make sure. 4, gotta go.
This is that side that was diving pretty hard yesterday.
really working it. Looks like that's going to come up a little short, and it's going to over curl does leave a couple of center guards out there. So now Erica has an interesting choice. Does she go back to the freeze, or does she open it up? Or come
does
under?
she just come right under?
4, 5.
Yeah, I think with those two reds kind of splitting out, I think she probably feels that she couldn't really play that freeze she was thinking about before.
Look. Yep.
Because Patty can come around either of those.
Close.
So
This has
gonna
been,
get there first.
Kendall.
again, this has been that area where that rock tends to want to dive.
Get it in here. Come on. Hard. Hurry. Hard, guys. Come on. Hard, 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 hard. Keep going. Keep going. Okay.
And that rock comes up short.
Fine back. No problem.
Well, we're gonna run this back now.
Yeah, I was pretty sure that no matter where that rock ended up, that we were going to see a run back from Patty's team next.
This is Maureen Stolt.
9.5.
Maureen plays out of Minnesota. This team from a little bit from all over. Just clipped it. Can he get it out to second rock? Yep.
Just overswept that a bit. Maureen threw a good rock there, and I think Patty trying to anticipate some of that break.
Just overswept. So now Brown can come around those staggered guards. Try to reestablish herself a shot rock. This is Alex Carlson.
Little bit. Pretty good. Little bit. 5. Line's good. You got room. 5, 6. Got room. 6. Clean. Clean.
Alex, of course,
Wait for the end.
very good skip in her own right.
Yeah, she
No.
seemed to make the playoffs pretty regularly as a skip. Couldn't quite get over the hump. Now she's found herself getting the call from Erica to be her vice. It's pretty good to pick up there.
Seems to have been a pretty nice combination for her and Erica this year. You know, just the way they communicate and the skill sets that they both have
Yeah.
as shooters, they seem to complement one another pretty well.
9. 8.
This has got to check up a bit.
8. 8, 9.
This rock's skating.
Just a back 8, touching the back 12.
So far, a couple of missteps by Patty's team. You know, if Erica can get a good rock from Alex underneath these guards, they'll be set up for a deuce pretty well.
Good. More. Maybe the back one? Yeah, it's back here, I think. Just a freeze back here. It's there. Yep.
This rock
Yep.
sounds like it's going long as well. Got to get it past their number one counter to that back one.
Okay.
And they do, but that opens up the freeze again for Patty.
So Brown sitting 2. And now Patty, who's made some pretty nice shots. Last night's game, she was well over 80%. Kind of needs to make one good here.
Patty didn't have a great game in the final game of the round robin, but since then, she's just been really, really solid.
Roll if you can. Up. Line's good. Wait only. Line's good. Whoa. Whoa. Yup, yup, yup.
There it goes. Got to get it to T. A little bump isn't bad.
Go, go, go. Whoa, right down, right down, right down. Great
Nicely done.
Very nice. Doesn't get shot out of it, but going to make it really tough for Erica to score more than one this end.
No, I'm just thinking here. Just basically guard it, but underneath there, even half under.
Great commentary by Erica there. She's worried about that red rock out in front of the rings, that Patty could now run that back. So she just wants to get half underneath that rock in the top 12 area, kind of take that shot away.
Sort of taking away the straight tap, too.
Correct.
3, 4. Just get a piece under the high red guard. Yeah, we're shot.
So presumably if she makes this shot, Patty's likely going to have another draw or freeze where she won't be trying too hard to get shot out of it. She'd be okay with something light to kind of take away Erica's draw on her last for a possible second point. But even at that, Erica, if she has that option by the end of the end, it's only going to be the 1 foot that she's going to be looking at.
Yeah, they've really closed down that scoring area with that last stone.
3, 1. I think over and up. Over and up. 2.
Sounds like this is over curling.
Just clean it over, but
I don't
gonna
think this
take
is going to take much away.
Take the run back away. It won't take the tap away.
Wow. That went sideways.
So if we get the overhead view, we can see
Or we can guard. She get there.
Patty needs to probably tap this about a rock. Just about a rock, not much more to get shot rock out of this.
Yeah,
Okay.
she taps it
Okay.
2 rocks. She'd be laying
Yep.
2, and I don't think that Erica would be able to do much with them. You got to be careful though. You don't want to throw any more than back 4, back 8. You don't want your shooter to roll out into the open and leave a double for Erica, because that could be a double for 3 if that happened. So it's a little bit of a dicier shot. The tolerance here would be to just tap for the 1.
Light is a little better than heavy. Heavy's pretty bad. So anything light here is probably going to guard that 1 foot to some degree.
Listen for the weight call right away. Six.
Means they're pretty close.
Yep.
Going for line here.
Hard.
She's really close.
Hard. Hard.
But gotta hold the line. Not quite enough, I don't think.
No, I think red. Or I'm sorry, yellow is shot for
Yeah,
sure.
still looks like a yellow shot.
It's very, very close there.
I think we can take even more. We can't touch that. It can just warp in there right at the end.
So in the first end here, you know,
Okay.
these teams have been playing draws to the button for
85?
last shot draw and
This would be just like
draw shot challenge distances all week long.
Just sweep for the tee line, guys. Give it a second.
As a player, you kind of presume that, okay, we're just going to do what we've done before. Try and put this one on the pin, ignore the rest of those rocks there, and act as if we were just doing this like any other last shot draw.
It's a lot, I think.
back easy. Close for line though. Just be careful. Careful. Yep. Yep. All there. All there. Go, go,
I think now they're trying to sweep to miss those red stones.
Yep.
Hang on.
Just a little bit.
Just too much.
Just about a foot too much. They were concerned about touching those top reds.
So Erica Brown scores her single here in the first. Now leads Patty Lank 1-0. Going to the second, Lank will take the hammer. Thanks to the generosity of the curling community, this web streaming is being brought to you live. This time we'd like to extend a special message of thanks to Bill Peskoff of the Plainfield Curling Club and Russ Lemke from the Cape Cod Curling Club, who combined contributed more than half the funds needed to ensure you're able to watch this webcast live. Thanks a lot, Bill and Russ. So the teams regroup, talk over the strategy for the next end. Now, every end has to have a goal. We haven't talked too much about that. A lot of times it's, score 2, give up less than 1, 1 or less, those types of things. Early on the end goals seem pretty simple, but as the ends kind of amass, things change a bit. The scores change, and that changes your strategy.
Well, it does, and the top teams will actually go in with an end plan and actually a whole game plan. Trying to map out how they want to win the game.
5.5.
There's so much variability in the game of curling, which is one of the reasons why we all love it. And you would think it would be hard to map out one of those game plans, but you really start from the end and work your way backward.
Mm-hmm.
And you look at the scoreboard and determine your tactics, for your entire game plan that factors in the scoreboard and the ice and the other teams.
Right. It's not always as easy as score as many points as you can.
No.
In fact, that's probably a bad game plan in general. You want to limit the other team's chances a lot of times too.
Well, and that's it all depends on execution, of course.
Yeah.
Right. And two teams that are executing at a pretty high level. It's kind of fun to figure out what their game plans are, what they're trying to force the other team to do.
Right here.
And I think in this situation with these two teams, they're very evenly matched, and they have very similar skill sets.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we are going to see a lot of aggressive play. They're not necessarily super powerful teams with a lot of run back and double and peel skill. That's not their forte. It's not that they can't make those shots, but they're both teams that rely more heavily on the draw and the tap and the freeze.
And the positioning,
Yeah.
Where are you? 6. Well,
So that Lankstone comes around the center guard pretty well. You wanted to leave it a little high.
that works. Nice. That's nice.
And Brown just comes around that, leaves about a half a stone.
Yeah, Erica was trying to get a freeze to that top rock, and Kendall's rock just hangs out there a bit, so they take it behind. Half of that exposed, so Patty's going to go after it.
So these two teams have played 12 times over the years in events that have been mapped out by Curling Zone.
So she just misses the guard, but catches her own stone on the way by and rolls out. There's an opportunity here for Erica.
So like I said, they've met 12 times. The last 7 times have been Brown victories. Lank had the advantage 5-1 going into that string, but 7 in a row for Erica, including earlier in this week. Brown beat Lank 12-6 in the round robin.
Yep. Come on.
And it's kind of interesting. There's only been a couple of games in the entire series between Patty and Erica that have been even close.
Yeah. Very few 2-point or less games in either direction.
And I think that just kind of confirms what I was just talking about. Both of their styles tend to be more aggressive and lots of rocks in play. And I'm sure we're going to see a big end or two, 3 or 4
absolutely.
points probably scored in this game.
So Lank has a chance here to hit and sit 2.
Neither team looking super sharp early on. A couple of half shots here and there.
Oh, okay, they're not hitting there. They decided to guard. Use the same ice.
Yeah, it's Patty does have the hammer, so it's not surprising for her to be throwing up a corner guard on that rock.
It kind of over curls and leaves half exposed.
I like hack.
You know, this has been a critical shot for all the teams on
Close.
on both men's and women's sides. This hack weight shot around the corner guard is, you know, just watching throughout the week has been a critical component to team success, and we've seen a fair amount of this on this ice, which has been having some late break. It seemed like hack weight and board weight shots, if they weren't thrown really pure, it was a gotcha like that. You set it back a little bit and it doesn't have a chance to catch that big break. Or you get it started a little bit and you're on the corner guard before you know it. So it's been one of those very critical shots during the week for all the teams.
So here's that hit that we were looking at before.
You're right, the broom was in the
Exact same spot. I haven't been able to quite figure Patty out in terms of the way that she taps the broom. But nicely done. Would have probably loved to roll out rather than in, but removes the brown stone. Now Brown can...
Cross it with the intern.
yeah.
Yeah, she would have liked to get that roll to the outside of the rings and prevent this double opportunity.
She may not even want a double here. She
Well, do you wanna
could
play the double?
hit and
'Cause
roll.
they're side by side.
You know, they're talking about whether it's the double or the hit and roll.
Yeah, I think there's plenty of room. It's just with that turn, I think play 9, yeah.
So I'm pretty sure with a 9-second hit here, we're talking about playing the double rather than the hit and roll.
Whoa, yep,
Just because I think Erica thinks it's going to
Whoa!
curl off that
Whoa!
line a lot harder
whoa,
than they can control
This is
for the
pretty
hit and
close.
roll. Yep, looks pretty close.
nice shot.
Nicely done. Doesn't quite get the double, but now the brownstone is under that corner guard. Patty's thinking about running it in. We don't have audio on Patty, unfortunately.
It was a great shot there to get that rock underneath that corner guard.
Makes this run back a little harder.
This rock over curling. They're off of it just to make sure that it gets by their other stone in the house.
Opens things up. Still not a bad result. Brown's going to have to deal with this stone.
9.5.
And the rocks should be relatively grouped together. Lank can probably figure out a way out of this to get a blank.
By making that run back, that's really what Patty was saying. She didn't like the way it was setting up for her deuce.
Whoa. Yep. Hurry.
And that one over curls. Will it stick around?
Nice throw.
Not this time.
So the blank is on. You heard Erica say, you know, that was a nice throw, and you know, maybe that side's moving a little bit more than they were expecting.
Saw a little bit more of that last night in the men's semifinal. Rocks seemed to curl a little bit more than they had been earlier in the week. Nicely done by Maureen.
You know, I have to say at this point, just you mentioned the ice. Dave Stavateg and the USA Curling Ice Crew have done another unbelievable job with the ice this week. It's by my opinion, it's one of the best surfaces we've ever had. Just super consistent. The pebble holds up. It's really been a treat for the athletes to play on.
Yeah, the consistency in which that they prepare the ice each and every draw. It seems like it's down to the minute. They really have it figured out well.
Hard, right to it. All the way. All the way. Yep.
It's another rock that's just kind of bending.
It's nice. Sorry, go ahead.
They were able to hold it.
It's nice for the players, obviously, to have a good idea that the ice is going to be prepared the same way, and the conditions are going to be reasonably similar. Obviously, there's some things that the ice makers that are out of their control, weather outside, things like that, maybe some humidity issues in the building, but haven't really seen drastic changes. Like I said, we had a little more curl last night, but that's not too unusual. As we start playing single games on sheets, things do change.
Well, and it's actually kind of funny because for years and years we were used to the idea as players that as you got down to less teams, that it's typically a little colder out there and the ice is going to straighten up towards the end of the week. It's just the way it's kind of always been, and they seem to be managing that whole process a lot better the last few years, not just our ice crew, but in general. A little warmer outside today. We talked a little bit about that this morning. Just wondering whether that would have an effect. And
Nice shot, Patty.
Now that's a really nice shot here by Patty. They rolled it to a spot that could bounce off that yellow and back into the rings. It's very unusual.
yeah, I think Erica's going to try to nose this, but certainly make sure that she gets a piece of it.
It's pretty rare that a rock that's that far outside the rings could be a factor. It probably won't be, but I'm trying here, John. There's only 2 rocks out there. We'll see. You never know.
Yeah.
This will probably be thrown with enough velocity; it won't make any difference at all. But
Well, and there's getting back to the ice a little bit. There's actually a little bit of a danger in getting a little too comfortable.
Yeah.
I've certainly seen that in my own playing career where, you play on great ice for an entire week and then, you head off to another event or a world championship and the ice isn't quite what you expected and you really need to be prepared for that. And
oh, here we go.
oh no.
Are you kidding me? You see, John, that's an expert analysis that I bring to the table. That's a unfortunate result there. Patty has a chance now to get 2. She can hit. Just miss that one in the back. Get her deuce.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised by that sweep call. I mean, certainly the discussion had to have been between Erica and Alex to kind of play that safe and err on the side of rolling out.
So big break here for Lank. If she can capitalize, she can get her 2 here in the second end.
I did notice in the 3-4 game
Whoa,
and
whoa.
yesterday
Never.
that Patty's been taking
Whoa.
Uh-oh.
a little extra time.
Hard, Anna.
She going to get this at all?
Just a tick.
Oh, my goodness.
1 yellow?
1 yellow here for Brown with a steal here in the second. Unable to capitalize on that break.
Wow.
That is a big change. And Lank now trails Erica Brown 2-0, and they're going into the third. Is your club considering replacing its current curling stones? USA Curling, in partnership with the World Curling Federation, offers all member clubs the opportunity to purchase brand new or high-quality refurbished stones from Kaysa Scotland at cost over a 5-year payment period. For more information on this exciting program, contact USA Curling Director of Growth and Development, Kim Nguyen.
Wow, quite the turn of events there, Joe.
No kidding.
Back-to-back misses on basically a wide open end that we thought was going to head for a pretty easy blank.
Yeah, it's pretty disastrous there for Lank because it was looking like she was going to get a pretty easy blank and then catches a break. Looked like she was going to get a relatively easy 2 and sails by and just clips the brown stone but not out. So now Brown with control here, 2-0. Lank with the hammer. Erica can put one into the rings, doesn't have to play the offense.
All the way, guys.
Gonna force Lank to
Keep it coming.
try to get
All
that
the
2
way.
right back.
Yep. All the way.
Just
Can you
a
get a
3.
4?
3. Just a 3.
Nice and tight. Nice and tight.
It's really important here, obviously, for Lank to score something in this end.
Okay, Kendall. Good sweep, guys.
So it's a little curious, both of those hits in the last end, Erica's and Patty's, were, playing inside out off the center line, which, we've seen for most of the week has been moving, maybe just a little less than the outside or outside in shots. But, I have to wonder if those are going to run just a tad bit straighter even today than they have all week.
So a little mistake there by Kendall. Rock didn't make it into the rings. And now Madison can throw the corner guard. And now Kendall's going to have to come around her own guard out there.
Go hard.
Another call of 3 here right out of her hand,
Straight.
indicating that this one might be
Line
light
straight.
too.
Got room. Room. 5.
Oh, nice sweeping job here. They're going to miss that guard pretty well. They're heavy enough.
Should finish.
Easy.
Oh, real nice shot there by Kendall. And it's as if she put that one there first and then put the other one there second. It's nice when you're a lead. Sometimes you can make up for an early one that doesn't quite get to the rings if you can make that nice come around.
So Erica calling, or excuse me, Patty calling for her daughter Madison to come down with just tap weight here. Tap the yellow rock, roll the shooter to the wing,
This looks a little tight.
and a little light. This is really curling.
So winds up as another center guard and actually pushes the brown rock over just a bit more, covering her own shot rock. Rebecca Funk gonna look to remove that stone. It's a little dangerous.
Well, we'll get a chance to see here. If this rock curls
Whoa. Yep.
on it early.
Hard. Whoa. Yep.
And this one now
Oh boy, be
over
careful.
curling.
Yep.
Wow. Erica frustrated. I think both teams are a little frustrated with just, trying to, make some shots here early on.
It's funny how that center line changes things. It's in the ice. It's not on top of the ice. But there are times when you throw down that center line, and the second it hits it, it makes a big jump. Whereas if you were a foot further over, it might run exactly the same line.
Right.
So a little confusing here early. Anna Bauman now can come around that brown guard.
Well, as a skip, you might look at this ice. This out turn is the one going away that has had a fair amount of bend to it,
Mhm.
right? With rocks curling from right to left, it seems like those have been moving a bit more than the ones left to right, and of course on the way back it's the opposite. So you might look at this sheet as having maybe just a bit of a tilt to it from right to left, suggesting that rocks thrown on the left side of the sheet are going to run a little straighter.
Whoa. 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 Oh. No line.
Just waiting for it.
No line. Alex, you rock. Alex, you rock. Yep.
Waiting for it to come down.
Yep.
There it goes.
Hard, 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 hard.
Trying to
hard,
get
hard,
every
hard.
inch out of this. Sits for shot stone.
But it looks like they can see all of it and a little air, so.
Yep.
Again, this is that one. They're going to play hack weight at it. This is really, really release dependent. You know, if Anna can throw a nice positive release right at Patty's stick with the correct weight. Anything more than that, this rock will hang too long. You really have to wait for that break. She's close.
Oh, did they wait too long? I think they did.
They did.
Oh, they got comfortable. Didn't have the rooms down.
As a coach, I really cringe at that whole thing that happens there. You know, sweepers, especially on this kind of ice,
Yeah,
really
it's
need to
on
stay
it.
close
We're
to the rock.
first and third.
So, John, at the fifth end break, we're going to have Team Schuster here in the booth. Get to talk to them about
Yeah.
them clinching the
This
world
year.
berth and how they're feeling about their final against Craig Brown.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking forward to that game. You know, Craig was really playing well last night. John's played well all week. Both teams having, you know, really solid years on tour.
Yep.
You know, of course, you know, John
Whoa.
leading the points
Yep.
race coming in here and able to hold off both
Whoa.
Craig Brown and Heath McCormick to earn that trip to the Worlds. It's well deserved. And they have to be excited. I mean, John's obviously got a ton of experience and you know, he will be a great rep for us at the Worlds. You know, with all of the play that he's had internationally
Okay.
in the last few years, it sets up really well for him.
John and Craig have played twice this week, both 1-point games. Once in the round robin, 8-7, Schuster on top, and then in the Page game, 7-6. So, I've had a history here this week of some close games. I'm looking forward to that one tonight. I think it's going to be great.
Yeah, I think it'll be a barn burner. They, you know, they know each other very well.
Play a lot.
Yep. And of course,
It'll finish hard.
Craig was fifth for John in Sochi. So they got to spend a significant amount of time together. You know, so it's always interesting when you have that closer relationship with somebody you're playing against, and you might have a little idea, better idea of some others about how the game might play out.
Mm-hmm. They've played 15 times as skips against each other, and right now John Schuster leads Brown 9-6. You gotta remember, 2 of those were this week, so up until then it's been pretty even. So maybe Craig can find some magic. We'll see.
Whoa, that. Right off.
It's then developing to be pretty complicated.
Okay, we just need an 8.
This one's got a curl.
Are
Some-
you to this red? It's picking.
Oh, look at that.
Yep.
Picked right into this
Picked.
perfect spot here.
All the way, right on the face. Good shot.
I don't know if you call that as much a pick. It's just a turn. It didn't go sideways, but certainly worked out nicely for Brown. Patty still has a good chunk she can freeze to here.
That scoring area getting ever smaller as we go through this end.
Brian's put up some of the statistical rankings and other stats from the round robin here on the women's side. This needs to go. Well, that winds up in a pretty bad spot, actually.
Yeah, it's just light. Ends up corner freezing.
Not going to be able to run it in on an angle to get to shot stone.
position on this one is pretty critical. That yellow rock on the left-hand side of the sheet as we look at there is wide open, so Patty will be able to use that rock depending on where Erica puts this next stone. That was a great little piece of commentary there by Erica. You heard Becca Funk ask what the pro side is here. The original call was bite the button. Becca asking what's the pro side, and Erica's response was bite the button.
There's only one option here.
Really working this for line, trying to make sure they get past the
they're by
top
the guard.
rocks. And this looks perfect.
Yeah, that's pro side right there. Kind of leaves a double back.
I've said this before that, you know, a lot of times communication on a team is about what isn't said. You know, and that was a case where it was pretty clear what Erica's intentions were. Does leave this double.
Can't spin up too much. Wouldn't be shot stone. Probably want to stay right about there.
Yeah. The problem is with the if she absolutely sticks it, it will still be open for maybe a hack weight hit for Erica, so she actually wants it to spin up a little. Really working this one. She gets one and over the top. And that's a miss. That could cost Patty a lot here, depending. Erica's got to place a rock to protect against the draw to the edge of the button at this point.
Really?
So looking at it from the front,
What about here?
you can see all the guards over there on the left. There's no run-in, really, I don't think, on that red. Was just thrown.
Yeah, I kind of like what the girls are thinking here.
She can throw it.
Erica's thinking a guard on the right-hand side of the forefoot and basically take everything away.
I mean, she's up to the draw to cut us down. I'm thinking, no, so just to give us one, right? So I think guard out here wide.
I really like this call, Joe. It's really about taking as much away as you can. You know, she could leave probably even a hole, a rock wide on the center line piece of the ice and still protect everything and force Patty to throw a draw just to cut her down to one.
Yeah, you leave a rock anywhere, rock and a half outside of the, maybe even two and a half rocks outside of the center line. Patty could try to come through, just chip out the yellow, but might still give up two.
One, two. Weight's good.
Easy.
Just holding this
Easy
rock
on
out
the
there.
line.
Should finish.
Easy.
And if this rock stops in a couple of feet, it'll be great.
Might have still given that out turn draw to cut down to one.
Yeah, it's a little higher. than I think she'd like.
Not sure you can get there with that red rock.
Yeah, Patty wanted to look at the angle run in.
You gotta be pretty careful about running those two reds.
Yeah.
Right?
I think the draw is a better call here.
Yep.
Still can get a good chunk of that white. Maybe you can somehow get shot rock out of this, but if you cut her down to 1 here, it's not too bad considering the situation.
Okay, you got it.
If Erica brings that rock another 3 feet deeper, just makes this draw a little bit tougher.
Yeah, this could have been a little wider or a little deeper. This rock wouldn't really have a chance to get to the button. Now this one, there's a small smidgen of an opportunity here. Get 1.
She'd just have to hair by the guard to have any hope of getting to the edge of the button for a shot. I don't think they're going to want to play it that tight.
Throws it out there. Sweeper's on it early, gonna try to hold the line.
Yep. Yep, line's real good.
This looks light. They
Looks
gotta go.
light.
Gotta get at least part of the 4-foot. This come up way light.
Two yellow.
And Erica Brown jumps out to a 4-0 lead after 3. That
Well, that end, just really took a turn on Patty early on, and she was never able to get any rock position.
absolutely. So, did you watch Curling Night in America last night?
By the time I got back to my room, I was able to lie down and listen to myself call the last half of the last end.
You didn't have to watch. You were there. But it was a victory for Team USA. That worked out pretty nicely. So which team is going to win this U.S. Curling Grand Prix? I know John knows the answer, but he's not telling. You're going to have to tune in to Curling Night in America every Friday night at 10 p.m. Eastern on NBC Sports Network to find out. Complete schedule can be found at usacurl.org.
It's fun to see the final product. And that game in particular, we had a really nice crowd. Some pretty crazy fans and some full length, red, white, and blue jumpsuits, and it was a lot of fun. Hopefully we'll get a chance to do that again.
So let's check the Twitter sphere, see if people are using that hashtag 2015 Nats, or posting on our Facebook page at 12th and Sports Network. Happy birthday to Jamie Sinclair. And our fearless leader, Rick Patsky. So that's from Terry Kalesser, USA Curling Office. And Mike watching Lank Brown. Coffee and curling doesn't get better than this. Love the pictures. Thanks so much for tuning in all week. Just this game and one more. 3 p.m. the men's final. Schuster and Brown, part 3. We'll see if Brownie can take that last one of the 3 and get this national title.
So with an early lead of 4 points here, Eric is obviously going to be real conservative. Patty, on the other hand, is going to have to take a few more chances. But again, in this situation, you don't have to panic if you're Patty, right?
It's still pretty early in the game.
Yeah, just play a real solid end, get your deuce.
Get a force, get a deuce, you're right back in it.
Exactly.
looking for the second corner guard here, Madison Lank. Throwing 67% so far. I think a couple of her draws have been a little deep. That's been, I think, the major issue.
Yeah, in the last couple of games, Madison's just struggled with her draw weight. You know, it's a long week, and I know, having played to this point, that you know, the legs do get sore, a little bit tired. You know, it's really important to stay hydrated. It's easy to lose your weight control late in the week.
Whoa! Whoa! Okay.
And an air ball there by Rebecca Funk.
Becca having her struggles in this game today.
So, looking to move some things around in the rings.
They have their two corner guards up. Ideally, you get a nice hit and roll here from Anna. Don't really have to get the double. You just want to get under cover.
And the bonus might be moving one of the brownstones towards the back 12 behind the tee.
Really just want to get Erica chasing a stone behind the corner guards. She's going to jam it. Gets a roll.
Pretty good roll. Not quite all the way under that corner, but changed the situation on the center line, and that's really what had to happen there.
So Erica will have to go after either the corner guard or this rock in the house.
9.5.
Exactly what Patty wants.
Yep. 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 Whoa. Yep.
She gets a small half. And that rock's likely to roll out of play.
Little body checking going on. This isn't the hockey arena next door.
Both Patty and Erica having a good laugh about that.
I don't know who wins in that battle. They're both similar size.
Yeah. They're both still laughing. There's been a lot of commentary over the years about the possibility of full contact curling.
Right.
We're getting close.
Yeah. Oh boy, this one's gonna click that guard. Spin, spin, spin. Shooter save, but not a great spot.
9.
Interesting. There wasn't a whole
Wanna
lot
roll
of
out?
urgency there out of Patty
No.
on that sweep call.
If they make it around there, it's a pretty good shot.
9.
Alex Carlson having a great game so far.
Yep. Yep. Clean.
Just making sure that this one stays high of nose. Makes the perfect roll to prevent a draw under the corner.
So I think Maureen's going to have to play a small hack weight type hit. Try to just snuggle underneath those guards.
And so far, looking over some of these player-to-player percentages, both front ends struggling a little bit, but it's really been, third position here where Alex has had the advantage on Maureen. Just applying a little more pressure.
So it's got a curl.
They're not going to get the roll under.
Pretty good crowd developing here. Let's take a look at the statistics so far. It's really the difference is thirds.
Yeah, I mean, it's either that or here. I like that, I think.
Kendall has a pretty good advantage over Madison at lead, but
Yeah, I like this.
that vice position is just so critical. If you can set up your skip for easy shots.
You want to throw the same turn?
Well, and really, when I drill down as a coach, especially at this level, surprisingly enough, you would think that it's the really precise shots, the freezes, the doubles, the run backs that make the biggest difference. But when I look at statistics, it usually comes down to the team that's making more open shots, right? This type of shot where you're just trying to hit and roll.
Yeah.
And
if you roll out, it changes the end completely. And the other team gets to play offense. Now, Patty here, doesn't really have a great opportunity for offense. She's going to have to freeze down. Freeze is one of the toughest shots you can throw. And, Alex had an open hit, one of the easiest shots you can throw. And, and Moraine now has one of the toughest ones. So,
but that's a good way to think about the game as a spectator. Maybe is looking at how, in this situation, Alex had an open shot that's now created a very difficult shot for her opposition, right? That's why making a high percentage of your open hits, your open draws, your guards, your single peels, those are the shots that generally put you in a position to win.
And they can seem routine, and when you treat them that way, sometimes you make a miss, and you just have to kind of great concentration on all your stones. This one looks like it's not going to freeze. May get tucked under that guard, though.
But she does leave Erica lying, too.
Yeah, it's a little light there. Line would have been pretty good, I think, if the weight had been better.
I'm wondering about peeling that. Really? I mean, what's she going to do? She's going to tap that into here, and she's going to roll right here.
Yeah.
So
What if we come here? Second?
No,
What we
she
gained
leaves
from
her a
that
million
besides making
places
the
to
race
go.
easier?
What was that?
Oh, anything from that besides making the easier?
Well, that's not all bad.
I mean, you could just come and hit that one.
I mean, we could.
You have 3/4 of it. Of the 6, but then she's just going to make this better. Because she's right in front of it right now, so she's going to be able to. She's going to be.
I mean, even if she comes here now, I'm in trouble, right? Like, at least that'll be open. I think we peel it.
Okay. I see the logic. These curl a little bit. Or these don't curl very
No,
much.
they don't. Yeah.
The other direction curls a little bit.
I just feel like I feel like it's just getting in our way. She can tap it in for second shot and sit basically right there, and then I've got a tricky. Then I guess I draw to the
Do you want to draw?
others. I just don't know where to put. I don't have a good spot to put it. No, when she freezes on it. Little less. Little less.
That was one of the better discussions that I think you might hear between not just Skip and third, but the rest of the team about shot selection and what the other team is likely to do next.
Whoa!
So the choice was the peel there, and it really sets up a situation where Patty doesn't have a whole lot of choice.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Gotta have to try to freeze. Oh, no. See, this is the thing.
Okay, you got it.
Just gonna try to bail out here and try to run this back.
But I think Erica's okay with this because this is a low percentage shot for Patty to be able to score multiple points in the end. Patty's really got to hit this right on the nose and leave it underneath the shooter. And even at that, she'll only be laying 1.
I wonder if just drawing to that spot's easier than this. I mean, making the run back is probably pretty easy, but sticking it where you need to, that's the tricky part.
Well, and the scoreboard suggests to me that a draw is probably the better shot. This one hanging on them. Is she going to get a piece? Yes, she will. But the shooter's going to roll out.
And they roll the shooter on, but I'm sorry, they
Just roll to here.
the one that they hit is on, but it's only second shot rock.
It'll be an open hit for Erica.
Yep.
She could choose to draw at this point, laying 1, but she's not going to take any chance of that rock coming up short or going through and leaving Patty a run back for 2. She's up 4, so this is an expected call.
Yeah, I gotta question the choice that Patty had on the run back there. It was pretty unlikely to get a 2, even if he had made it.
Clean half. Clean.
One thing she may have been thinking is,
Yep. Hurry. Whoa. Whoa.
really wanting to get that shooter on just so that there's a force situation. But Patty may have been thinking, I'm likely forced to 1 anyway,
Right.
so let's play the run back and make my draw for 1 a little bit easier. I'll have a little bit more room.
So as it stands, instead of maybe having a draw to the 4 foot, she has a draw to the 8 foot.
I think she, for a moment there, she looked at a skinny double try and rattle her shooter through there for a blank.
She's struggled
For a moment.
Yeah, she struggled a little bit with the draw weight. Came up late last end, so maybe it's in her head a little bit. Patty with that lift delivery. Don't try that at home, folks.
So they need full 8 foot for the score. The sweepers are working this.
Yep.
Oh, this is
This
dying
is hooking
again.
up.
Gotta get it
Really?
by that guard.
She taps.
And another steal for Brown. Brown scores 1 here in the 4th. Takes a 5-0 lead going into the 5th. Lank's going to keep that hammer. Want to share ideas, improve your skills, socialize, and do a little USCA business? The 2nd Annual USA Curling Members Assembly will be held in Fort Wayne this October. All interested members are encouraged to attend for as little or as much as your schedule allows. Members Assembly registration information and full schedule will be available this spring. So Patty really struggling with that draw weight. That was pretty close, but need to be swept maybe a little bit more. Teams are talking it over. You're down 5-0 here, John. What do you say to your team if you're a skip?
Well, one thing for sure is whether whether it is the rocks or it isn't the rocks, I have a hunch that Patty is going to switch to a different set of rocks, if for no other reason than to give herself a little mental push, because that rock has come up short a couple different times in this game. But you're really back to saying, okay, we just got to play a good end and score a deuce. Just try and get ourselves back into the game, give ourselves some positive momentum going into the break.
Mm-hmm.
5-point lead is not insurmountable by any means. And for Erica's team, it's really about, this is really the challenge in curling where you have to stay focused.
Yeah.
You can't let up. You can't take a breath and say, okay, we've got a big lead. You really got to kind of put the the pedal down and try and run them off the ice if you can.
Mm-hmm. This one's going through.
So up 5, I like this call. Too many rocks in the house, and Patty's going to be able to use those to her advantage. You know, you would see Patty likely tapping rocks around later in the end. So Erica's just going to try and keep it very clean.
So Madison's going to try to put up another corner guard. We'll see if we'll see how Erica responds here.
2, 1. Gotta go. 1.
Really want to get these guards even up if you can. You want to eliminate any chance of a double peel. Good sweeping there.
Yeah. No double peel available, so single peel coming.
So this is another inside-out shot for Becca. We saw her set one back earlier.
They just adjusted the broom. They gave her a little less. That was a smart move here.
Whoa. Clean. Whoa. Whoa.
And I do think these are running a little straighter than they have been earlier in the week.
Nice adjustment of the broom. The peel's made. Yeah, if I'm Petty, I'm going to keep putting them over there, because if they're going to keep coming at them inside out, you never know.
Yeah.
Two, 1, 44.
This is one of those things that recreational kind of club curlers maybe don't even recognize. You know, they don't really think through, all right, well, if I keep putting it on the tricky side, maybe I'll get a miss. You know?
Right.
A lot of times you're throwing to what you think your players are going to be able to make. Now in this case, you know, a guard on either side's pretty good. But, you know, this line has been tricky, and Becca's been struggling.
Yep.
Maybe they made the adjustment here that they
All the
needed
way.
to.
All the way. You got it. Right up. Right up. Gotta go. Yep. Yep.
So that's
Atta
a really good pair of throws by Becca.
Yeah. Made with some good tolerance, you know. They were able to sweep them into the right spot.
And you see Patty doing something here that I like. It's you know, when you're in this position and you need corner guards and you know they're going to be peeling, it's really about just kind of slightly changing where that rock's going to end up.
Mm-hmm.
You want to put it in slightly different positions. Maybe you know,
2.
you get a little bit of a straight run. You're just forcing the other team to keep thinking. If you keep putting the rock back in the same spot every time,
Right.
it makes it pretty easy for them.
So when Petty had moved it over, I don't know, about a foot.
Yep. You see the split time from backline to hog up there, 4:32, and that's basically a 3 guard.
And it wasn't with any furious sweeping either. It,
No.
it got there pretty pure.
16:34 from hog to hog,
Clean. Whoa.
and
This one's got a lot of rotation on it.
No.
so it's got to come up. She's got a piece.
Yep. Nicely done. Alex Carlson having a very good game.
Really good game. So now it's decision time for Patty.
What do you think about coming around, not the corner, but the one that's top 12? Come real deep.
Yeah, I think either shot is pretty good. You know, around the corner on the first one, I kind of like. Again, get them to chase a rock or peel on a side that they haven't been peeling on.
Sure you get around the guard.
And then next shot, maybe come around to the back gate, try and set up a 3.
Yeah.
Lots of line.
This one's got to settle down. You can't afford anything through the rings here.
This has got to check up quick.
It's a 389 split. And it
just touches the back. Good enough to peel the guard, so I think mission accomplished there on that stone.
Yeah, yeah. You heard Maureen say, I think we can get a few more around there. you want to leave room when you're trying to score 3 or more. She left plenty of room.
Absolutely.
No.
Uh-oh.
Oh, boy. Don't want to whiff on this one. Might hit
Might
the back.
pass the top, and
Oh.
so there you go.
There's the mistake you're looking for, and that's why, praising somebody like Alex the shot before is the jinx of death. It's not good. And now Maureen must have known she was going to have a chance to draw another one around this guard. Has a chance to sink one in. They're still not shot stone, but maybe they can get around this and sit 2 in the house.
A little different line. Whoa.
So you really want this one to be higher.
Whoa.
And this one looks to be at least as much weight as the first one.
Don't want to tap your own out. Oh, you're okay here.
Whoa, that really settled in there.
Yeah. It checked up. They try to sink it around the guard a little bit. Is there a chance to kind of slash that out?
Mind you, if we sit 1 and 2, it's pretty good. Leave her a tough double.
I don't hate that. I think if you sit, you're also.
Yeah, so they can see a pretty large piece of this.
I think
Wait, are we playing?
Essentially, if she took the same line as
I think we
Alex's
need there for a
rock,
9.
We can just
I think here.
she could make the
Well,
double.
You're not trying to cross it. Mind you, you can. I don't know. Let me take a look.
Okay.
I'm looking around behind us, John, searching for our 5th end break guess. A lot of times John just sneaks up behind me. I don't see him yet. I'm sure they'll be here.
9.5.
Sure.
I think I see Tyler over there.
So it's
Hair left.
the call here is a double, but they're okay with just rolling for second, even if they jam this rock in the back.
Gonna have to hit shot stone here.
Yeah, I'm certain Erica's going to want to err on the side of caution, make sure they get a piece.
No.
Said no right out of her hand.
Close. Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Yep. 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 You want to roll? Whoa. Whoa, Kendall.
This looks pretty good.
Great shot.
Beautiful shot. there
Double
by Brown.
and the roll to lay 2 by Erica.
Just like that, the end, which was looking pretty good for Lank, sort of taken away. It's going to be up to Patty to make a skip deuce here.
Now Patty looking at that draw around as you suggested, Joe.
Yeah, I think you want to put this in sort of like the back 8 foot, give maximum separation.
Get it fully buried. Then Erica would have to choose between a freeze and a run back. Maybe set up a deuce here for Patty. It was a great shot by Erica and a great call by Alex.
It's nice to see that kind of execution in the final. Precise hit. There they are. Just in time.
Great. Gotta bury it. Yep. Yep.
So another draw here for Patty.
Bury it. Yep. Hard. Hard. Hard.
Seen these rocks settle in for Patty.
We gotta get this by.
It's another one that's just coming up light.
Not even shot to or second stone. 3rd stone here.
It is a little interesting where that ended up because
Yeah.
I don't think Erica can hit it.
Ignoring it's a little bit sticky too. You could split that on for 2.
No, that's plenty of ice.
Yeah, I think she just wants to get in here for shot and
Force a hit
Top 4 foot.
for 1.
force a hit for 1. Freezing to the side of that,
We're 1 and 2. Just wait for the line. You can sweep it.
it's in a position where it would likely jam on the rock in the back of the house if you hit it. So Erica's just going to come around here. Now I did get a split time on that rock of Patty's, and that was right around a 4-0 split.
Go ahead. Yep.
6.
Where is it?
3, 4.
Go all the way, girls.
6.
Go all the way. Piece of the 8.
Holding this rock out.
Hey, guys.
Just
Go,
need
go,
to
go.
get
You got
into
it
the
all
8 foot.
All the way here. Go, go, go. You got it. All the way, go. Keep going. As far as it goes, guys.
That one checks up as well. You do get shot. And now Patty's forced to draw. It actually ends up in a great position. And she is drawing against 3. Wasn't exactly the spot Patty or that Erica was looking for, but it ends up in a great position because Patty can't hit it for a shot. She's got to throw another draw. Another 4-0 split by my watch.
You need help?
Girls really working this one. Making sure. Looks better. Looks like it's got plenty of carry. And that one's going to settle in to the 4 foot. Score of 1 for Patty Lank after 5 ends. The score will be Erica Brown 5, Patty Lank 1. Brown will take the hammer into the 6th. And we're now going to turn over to Joe Calabrese and our world representative team, John Schuster.
Welcome, guys. It's Team Schuster going to Worlds. Congratulations, guys.
Thanks.
John, your team has clinched the World Team berth, and you got a big game on tap this afternoon against Craig Brown. How are you guys feeling today?
I think we're all feeling pretty good. We got a good night's sleep last night because the game wasn't so early in the morning, and got a good breakfast in, and now we're just kind of going through our routine for the day to be ready for first when 3 o'clock rolls around.
You're seeking your 5th men's national title. How does this team compare to those of the past?
Every team's a little bit different. Obviously, I have some familiarity with all these guys playing against them, but now that we've all come together, and I think this team's a little bit different because I think I have a little bit more personality with all my teammates here with Tyler and Matt here, and it's really been an interesting journey, and it's been fun, and this has been a great week.
Yeah, we've enjoyed some of the back and forth between you and Tyler. Tyler, Kalamazoo's been pretty good to you, and you won here in 2010. You feeling some of the same magic?
Yeah, I might have to move here. I'll tell you what, this place has treated me very well. Really hospitable city too, but yeah, a lot of good mojo here. Only time my dad's missed nationals since we've been to the first one in 08 was in Kalamazoo both times too. So got a lot of people telling me that dad's not allowed to come anymore. I don't know if that's going to work or not, but they are enjoying life down in Arizona right now. So things could be worse, but yeah, a lot of good vibes in this town. The team played great all week. We feel like we're in a deserving spot, and we got one more to go though.
That's right. Matt gets his chance on the microphone. He's been begging me for one every time I go down there. He's represented the U.S. at World Juniors in the past. What does it mean for you to get back on the world stage?
I just wanted to stay competitive in the game, and I was just hoping that I would have another crack at getting to a world championship, and we made it, I guess.
Ask for the mic yet.
Oh, expecting a more of a talkative answer there.
We're on to Team Brown.
Just moving on. It's a very Bill Belichick type answer. I like that. Landsteiner, This Olympic year was a busy one for you, and you guys played a fair amount this year on tour as well. How'd you approach this season in terms of training and preparation while balancing your career?
Well, I actually was in semi-retirement at one point, and they asked me to come back, and I think it was around, was it like October? End of October, I went and we played in the Slam, and I don't know, never looked back, yeah.
Nice. I'm going to ask Trevor to grab the mic. Free Trevor, that's the hashtag I'm going with. Trevor got in a game. How'd that feel?
It was great.
Yeah?
It's just fun to be out there on the ice and with the crowd, too. It felt really good.
It seems like you really have embraced your role on this team. What's it like to play with these guys?
Oh, it's awesome. They bring a lot to the table, have a lot of experience, and it's been a great learning year for me. And just fun to help support them and bring the best out of them.
Sounds good. Well, this is Team Schuster. They're going to be on today at 3 p.m. facing Craig Brown for another national title. Good luck, fellas. We'll see you out there.
Well, we're just about ready to get back to the action here. Again, Team Brown up 5-1 on Patty Lank. Patty having some struggles with draw weight early in the game. We're going to see some aggressive play, I'm sure, out of her team here. Now without the hammer. Going to want to establish some center guards. Lots of rocks in play. And Erica, of course, going to be on the opposite end of that spectrum, keeping it wide open.
So surely going to be a tough road here to get Lank back into this one, but establish some center guards, get a miss here or there. Very possible.
Well, we've seen some pretty significant comebacks this week. Teams being down early and making some adjustments to rocks and their tactical plan.
I remember in one of the tiebreaker games, Gemmel was up pretty big. I think Pustovar made a comeback with like 5 points, I think. Got it close.
Yeah.
I think Gemmel came out on top on his last shot, but we've seen some comebacks.
Back line. Close. Close. Yep.
And you gotta feel like you can play better than if you're Team Lank than you had in the first half.
Yeah, you really we just want to start making some simple shots, even though you're behind it and you're likely going to have a higher degree of difficulty to get yourself back in the game. You just want to start with one really good end.
Yep.
And build on that.
So you had a little mistake there. The tick attempt goes by, and Lank could get under this, set up 2 center guards.
So it was really good of John and the boys to stop by at the fifth end break. Wish them the best of luck both this afternoon going after a national title and at Worlds. Headed off to Halifax. Halifax, right?
I think so. Yeah, that's right.
It's been a long week.
Women are going to Japan. I know that.
I know that. So another center guard up there. Better start this end for Team Lank. So now Erica.
Okay, right through then.
Wanting to go under. And this is relatively typical. The tolerance or pro side for that shot is to not be late and set up another guard, and you oftentimes will see a rock like that go through.
So pretty important stone here for Anna. Want to get something behind those center guards. Try to set up that steal. Love this to be top 4, I'm sure. This looks kind of heavy.
And that rock is out on a straighter path as well.
Actually, the weight wound up pretty good, just didn't curl. And
Erica really not too worried about that rock, as it's not anywhere near the button, and she really wants to open up that center line, make sure that there's no chance for Patty to get something close to the pin later in the end. And there's a mistake.
so where do you go here? Just around that, again, around the guards, right?
Yep, just around the guards.
You're assuming that one on the side four is going to have to be dealt with at some point.
Yeah, now that peel was unsuccessful, and you've got two guards established, you know.
Guarding the one on the side four is no good.
No.
Yeah, you had to make it better than that.
Right. I think Erica will make one more attempt at the guards, depending on where this rock ends up. But that's really the last thing Erica wanted to see. This rock's sliding a bit, going all the way to the back 8 foot.
So we've seen a couple
What do you like?
couple missteps there by Lank, half shots that, you know, aren't getting under the guards in the right position. It's not really looking, you know,
This is
like a
above
great
tee.
steel house
Be
right
above
now.
tee.
Except that Brown may give her an opportunity here. I think peeling the guard is the right call here.
Yeah, I still like.
Can we make the slash? Slash and roll?
Into here? You mean?
Well, I mean double.
Yeah,
And if it runs into on the house, that's great.
I don't like that because you leave the guard then. I think just the peel then.
Not sure they're both talking about the same shot.
Well, I think, you know, what Alex is talking about is running the yellow guard back
to the red on the
at
center.
an angle,
Yeah.
at an angle to the right, and potentially getting the triple. But Erica's worried that if you don't make that, you still leave two guards.
Clean.
So she is going to go after this rock in the 4 foot.
Whoa!
Oh, this is hanging.
Seen 2 or 3 rocks right now on that path.
Okay.
So Patty with another chance now. Third opportunity to get around those center guards. Good opportunity here for Stolt. Leaving that center guard there, I think. With this lead, I think that's a mistake, John.
Yeah, I really think that she had an opportunity there, and she still will to move that. At least one of those guards on the center.
I really wish these teams would give themselves a chance to sweep these. This is just deep.
Well, 6th end, you know, typically you're gaining about a half second or second of speed, and you know, you should really account for that as a team. I'm not entirely shocked to see rocks sliding a bit, but neither team has really
Do you want to straight peel it?
swept very much this end.
All right.
So they are going to go
Cross it.
after. They are going to attempt the double peel here.
Clean. Whoa! Yep!
Tempting to just cross the face a little.
Yep!
She's close.
Free!
Oh,
Oh,
just
just
over the
missed it.
top.
That's a good
And they
throw.
sweep their shooter over to a corner guard position.
I think that's a great result.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now Patty's only got the single guard out front, and because her stones in the rings are behind the 4 foot, she's got to come in. She can't throw another guard. And that means Alex will likely have a run back or some sort of hit on her next one.
Last chance for Lank to get around this center guard, most likely.
Gotta go.
This one was given to the sweepers.
It'll finish. Last rotation.
Winds up light of the house.
It's another guard. So Erica has a choice. Double them off, which I would prefer. Some teams at this point might choose to come around, but up by 4. I think.
Yeah, if you do come up a hair to nose, you run it into the ones in the back. Maybe you spill both of those.
Hurry! Right back. Yep. Come on. All the way.
Don't want to punch it right through. Oh, look at this.
Look at this. Makes the triple.
Oh, great shot there by Carlson. Just like that. And then it had a lot of potential for Lank. It's kind of disappeared. Shows you how important those rock positions are. If one of those Lank stones had been on the center line, above the tee line, she'd been guarding the rest of the end. Here's the replay on the Carlson shot.
Catches the top one thin.
Almost got everything out, just over the top of that last stone. Well, Patty with no choice than to guard a rock that's in the back 8 foot.
Gotta move a bit.
She does have the luxury of leaving this outside the house because there's nothing in play for Brown in the rings just yet.
Yep. Nice shot, Patty. Good sweep.
She didn't really guard the stone. She was. It looks like she's trying to get the center line instead. Maybe trying to bait Brown to go after the one in the house. But, doesn't look like she's going to fall for it. And hit the dangerous stone.
Yep. It's not always about hitting the stone in the house.
Straight peel.
Straight peel this, and Patty will have to put a stone somewhere where there isn't a double.
Brown more than happy to take one in the 6th, get up a 5-point lead in an even end.
Yep.
Looking for the straight peel. No problem for Erica. So it looks like Patty's going to try to guard the one in the 8 foot this time. Their last stone. Looking for a steal. So how deep do you bring this, John?
Anywhere from biting to full 12, maybe even biting the 8 foot. You know, you want to put it in a position where it makes the draw difficult for Erica, but a nose double leaves the chance of not even getting one. So.
Game is not over yet.
This rock sliding a little deep.
All right, nice shot.
And beyond the tee line, lined up pretty well. Erica's going to have a rip at this, maybe even have a chance at blanking this end. If she just hits the nose, she's going to be shot, so I don't think the blank is even a worry at this point. Don't want to hit something over the top and give up one, so nose hit here gets one.
Yep.
Up. Yep. Yep. All the way. All the way.
One moving.
Right to it. You got it. Right up.
Makes the double for good measure, rolls to the button. Erica Brown dialed in. Takes a 6-1 lead after the 6th. USA Curling provides brochures, club posters, and in-ice logos at no cost to all member clubs. Did you know that these materials can be ordered online for free at any time of the year? If you're looking for materials for upcoming open houses or learn to curl classes, contact Christy, Development Associate at USA Curling, for more information on how to order these quickly and easily.
So back to a 5-point lead for Erica Brown. Just a few ends left to go. Pressure mounts for Team Lank.
Amanda Mays checking in. Youngster in charge of the cowbell here at Wing Stadium.
We've got a pretty good crowd that's built up here for this women's final.
And Brown just going to throw it right through here with Kendall's first.
Up 5, playing 7. Now you're in a situation where you really don't need any rocks in play.
So it's going to be important for Madison to get this first one out in that free guard zone.
2.
John, we talked a little bit about this before. When you have the hammer, you really only have one rock that's free. That second rock can be removed, so this first one is super important, and you cannot be heavy here.
This one gliding a bit. Gotta hope that the
Trying to
shoulders-
will it to a spot. The Jedi mind trick works. The rock stops.
So this next one going through as well. I was a little curious, Joe. I haven't seen any teams this week try to play the tick on the corner guard.
I think I've seen it once or twice. It's
I mean, to me, I feel like if you're gonna throw the rock through anyway, you might as well give it a go. I mean, teams have gotten so good at playing the tick on the center guard.
Yeah.
You know, it's just a little curious to me.
Yeah, maybe it's just a little less natural. You know, try to kind of reverse. I guess it's sort of like drawing behind a corner guard, just being light or whatever, ticking or whatever you have to do to get there.
3.
But I think Brown just she'd have to throw some sort of weight to make sure a rock got through the house anyway.
Exactly. So the difference would be, you know, most teams are playing the center line tick with backline to hack. The corner guard tick, you probably want to throw hack to board to make sure that, you know, you don't end up with 2 rocks in play after it's done.
Right. So, John, do you tick it towards the center, or would you tick it to the outside?
Oh, I would definitely tick it to the outside.
So, don't have to tick anything here as Rebecca Funk's playing that that out turn inside out again on this stone.
Good shot.
Looks like she's made the adjustment really well. Made the last 3 of those.
Yeah, they tighten the broom up on that inside out peel. And with solid rotation there, it's a rock that can be managed down the sheet.
3.
So Anna Bauman looking to play another guard.
Ooh, this one looks a little hot to me. It's got plenty of glide on it.
Good shot.
Tight to the rings and just floats in.
I think it's still a straight peel here for Erica Brown.
So Rebecca with that same out turn, inside out peel.
Whoa. Whoa. Good shot.
Clips enough of it. Nicely done.
Solid end for Becca. She's struggled a little bit this game.
Seems to have found that shot particularly. It's probably a very similar shot she'll be throwing the rest of the game.
Yeah.
So,
you know, that the thing that throwing the first two rocks through does as a benefit for Patty Lank is, you know, it's pretty easy now for Patty to set up a deuce.
mm-hmm.
Erica's actually kind of counting on that unless they can get a double peel of the corners at some point.
So Brown going to take off the one that's a little closer to the rings.
Clean. Yep.
Alex Carlson, who
Yep.
made a pistol
Right to it. You got it. All the way.
earlier. Single peel, easily done.
Yep.
So how late do you come in here? You one more?
Yeah, I think you wait one more. Force them to come out and peel the second corner guard.
It's got to be a little disheartening to see all your rocks. You know, you're placing these corner guards up, and they're just knocking them down. You keep hoping for a miss. If you're lucky to get one and end, you're pretty lucky.
Yeah, and as the game goes along like this, the team that's ahead, at least on teams that I played on, once you start making 3-4 peels in a row, it seems like the whole team gets in this groove, right?
You're able to pick the line, you're able to pick the weight, and you know all that preparation you do to try to throw similar weights for similar types of shots pays off.
Yeah, it's almost rhythmic, right? It
Right.
just, you get into this flow.
And the second we say that, oh, it's moving.
It's far enough over there. That's
Just enough.
we almost did it.
Yeah, we almost jinxed her. It's pretty amazing how often that happens. Does that work in the coaching booth? You talk about an opposing player and then you get lucky and they make a miss?
Nope.
No, never happens, huh? Oh, that's too bad.
I'm usually pretty focused on my own team.
Yeah.
I jinx them a lot.
Ever have a player that's playing for you come back to you and say, John, just cut it out. Stop talking about it.
They generally don't hear me, so
that's
it's a good thing.
Yeah.
Come on, line's getting really good, guys. Go, go, go.
So as predicted, Patty waited until this rock to come in.
Well, again, I mean, not exactly the most vigorous sweep call.
Nope.
Maybe could have got that a little deeper.
They could have. Again, I think that this out-turn line has been just a pickle straighter. Doesn't make that big move.
Yeah, that big break. We're sort of seeing it on the intern side, the big break, and sort of going uphill, not so much.
I did hear, a couple of the players say that this sheet in particular was relatively challenging compared to the rest of the house. I mean, just had a little more character to the sheet.
Mm-hmm. So Erica playing that out turn peel now.
Little inside out on the release. Gotta wait for it to come up. Looks like she'll get a good piece of that rock. It's nice weight there.
Yeah.
Didn't overthrow it.
Let the sweepers have their brooms down, but they didn't have to use them that much. And it's going to be up to Patty again. Try to get one around that lone corner guard.
So if Patty can get her stone buried here, she'll be set up good for a deuce. Let's try and take a look at the release here. Noticed on her out-turn release that she finishes away from the handle.
Yeah, I was just noticing that too.
This one's curling a bit.
Gotta get it by the guard.
They're by.
This looks pretty good. Get it to the tee line.
Good shot, Patty.
This is good enough, I think. I don't think she'll take a chance at ripping that. Yeah. Nicely done on that draw by Patty Lank. Should have a shot at 2. Unless Erica welds one to the corner there.
Yep. Full 8 foot.
So Patty, if this isn't a perfect freeze, Patty will likely have a tap or even maybe an open draw for 2. Problem with having to sweep this one out of the hand is you might affect the line.
Line's great. All the way 5. Go, go, go. All the way here. You got it. All the way hard. Go, 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 go. All the way hard. Go, 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 go. You got it. Full 8 foot. Go, 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 go.
They're close.
Go, go, go.
Not quite.
So about 3 feet light there, and Patty's going to have a wide open draw to the 8 foot for her 2.
And as I said, you know, the 2 here kind of predicated by throwing those first 2 through. And Erica's not overly concerned about that. Certainly you don't want to give up 2, but, you know, with a 5-point lead, with only a few ends to go, she's banking on the percentages here.
Full 8. Do you need help?
Can't wind up late here, can she?
Oh no. Girls asking for Marine to come out and help. They need to get it at least full 12.
They got it, no problem. Well escorted down. And it's 2 points for Patty Lank here in the 7th. She's got an uphill battle ahead of her here in the 8th, down 6-3 to Erica Brown. Curling fans have responded to the return of the World Financial Group Continental Cup to Las Vegas in such enormous numbers that the original room block of 1,230 rooms at the Orleans Hotel and Casino is sold out. To meet our demand, the Orleans has responded by coming up with an additional 100 rooms, which are now on sale. A very moderate price increase puts the cost of the Hit and Stay package with Old Classic Ticket package for one person at $800 US. Double accommodation, including 2 Old Classic packages, is $1,038 US. You can find the link to book at usacurl.org. These are the last rooms available at the Orleans, which is adjacent to the competition arena. Organizers are making arrangements for additional rooms and packages at other nearby properties, and those details will be announced in the coming days. So, curling in Las Vegas next year, the Continental Cup is a lot of fun.
Yeah, we talked about that yesterday a bit, Joe. I know that they had a cash spiel in Las Vegas. Might be close to 20 years ago. In one of the ballrooms there, they had the rollout mat for the cooling system and put the ice in there. And I think it was day 2 or 3 that they actually lost the ice.
Oh, jeez.
You know, but that was the first real foray into curling in Vegas. And of course, there's an arena club out there now, and
the technology's changed.
Yeah, and you know, I've always thought that whole idea would be a great one for curling. Just you know, a unique kind of environment and a draw for people for multiple reasons, and I'm glad it was successful the first time, and they're going back.
So the center guard goes up looking for the tick. Do they get there? Just missed. Maybe just overswept. Weight was pretty good. So the question is, where do you put this now? That one's sort of in the center of that free guard zone. You normally want one long, one short.
I actually, with that rock position, I might be tempted to go around right now.
Yeah.
Get to the top 4 foot. They still can't peel the center guard, so they'd have to come after the rock in the house. And maybe you get a lucky break. It's just so hard to place a second guard in the free guard zone where it won't set up a double peel later. There's just not enough space. Asking Madison to throw a 1 here just across, and this is such a difficult shot. If anybody's ever tried to throw one just across the hog line, if you don't practice that one a lot, they're close.
End to end. Just over.
That's well done.
Yep.
Very well done. But you see there's probably 5 or 6 feet between those rocks. And it's not a gimme double peel by any means, but it means a double peel where if you only get the 1, you roll the shooter away. There's no danger of nosing.
So this is interesting. Brown's going to try to come under these. But it looks deep.
This looks really similar to a couple ends ago where they tried to play the tick. They missed.
Yep.
2 guards went up, and they ended up sweeping the second draw through.
This one not quite as deep. So Patty going to try to suck one around there, get into the 4 foot. Now with a miss here, would you ever consider throwing a third guard up there? I mean, they're probably going for double peels at some point. Second they get a chance.
Yeah, I'm not generally not a fan of even 2 guards unless you are down a lot.
Yeah.
The important thing is getting rock position in the 4 foot early in the end underneath the center guard where. And then you just keep throwing guards up there and forcing the team with the hammer to peel and peel and peel and peel.
Yeah.
Right?
So with that 1 in the back 8, it's sort of a catcher for later in the end. Looking to double peel here, I think. This is why it's going to get the single.
Single's fine.
It forces Lank to play another one of those, long guards, or she can maybe suck it around again. What do you think about that?
In this situation, I down 3, I don't mind that at all, and that's what Patty's going to do.
Get this to the face, and
you really want to freeze this to nose or just outside of the nose, so it lines up with that yellow rock in the back of the rings.
Yeah, I like this. I like this call a lot. You're likely to rip the guard. Maybe you can make a guard either a little tighter or a little bit further away.
And this is why that third guard wouldn't have really been a great shot, just because you have an opportunity with that yellow rock in the back of the rings to create some trouble.
Oh, they had to get by. Oh, they didn't.
For Erica. And that's a tough result. Yeah, you really just wanted to get around there, even if you were only top 12 and in the open.
Yeah, disturbing that stone. Not the best.
Erica wanting to come after this rock in the rings. I think I'm still likely to play the peel on the center guard.
That's fine, but I think we need to play this. It's in a really good spot. Okay.
I think you play this one kind of tight, probably, John, and Got to be careful a little bit of the jam, but hitting that guard and moving that over wouldn't be the end of the world.
No, and you heard Erica call for sure hack. I'm more likely to play border control here and play it tight. Make sure if you hit that guard, it goes well off the center line.
Whoa! Heck, clean. Heck, no. Heck plus.
Gotta wait for this to bend. Just gonna get a good piece of that rock.
Moves it off the forefoot.
Okay.
Sweepers kind of jumped that out of Becca's hand. It's not a really awful result. Just opens up the forefoot.
Yeah, the biggest problem now is that it's not all the way out, and there is that center guard.
Yeah, that's
things a little more congested than she probably would like here.
Yeah, I think so. And to me, you're up 3. You rip that center guard. You keep making them put a perfect guard back. Even though that rock was partially exposed in the forefoot, the angles weren't great. You had to be careful of the jam in the back.
Mm-hmm. So maybe peel and fight another rock, so to speak. And
yeah.
I understand that completely. That being said, you're staring at one on the top forefoot that's buried, and now then becomes unburied. You can see why Erica would try to take that opportunity. That's a pretty good stone by Maureen Stoltz.
So now Erica will come up and peel the center guard. Ideally, they can run this back to the left and get that red rock in the back 8 foot out of the house. This one coming dangerously close to nose. She's going to get the top double, but leave a center guard.
Yep. That's more centery every time. And now that rock in the that red rock in the outside of the rings off the forefoot, it's starting to become a factor. If that center guard moves over anymore. So Maureen trying to duplicate her last draw, which was right behind that guard. They seem to have pretty good control over this intern over here.
Really want to get this right to the top button.
Another good stone there by Stolt.
Yeah.
2 in a row, right around the guard.
Same shot.
A little bit peeking, but I don't think it's enough to go after. Looks like they're going to play the run again.
This shot. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The big thing here, Joe, is to make sure that shooter does not stick on the center line.
Whoa! Close! Yeah! Whoa! Yes! Yeah! Hurry!
She's close. Great shot by Alex.
Good result.
That's the best result. Hear Maureen say it's kind of an all-in at this point. If you throw the center guard and you don't make it,
if you draw there, she's going to hit, and then she's going to get. It's going to be easier for her to get one.
John, I might try to throw one that shows half of the shot stone over the center line on the right side.
Yep.
Try to bring that other red stone into play.
Or guard.
You
to set up the jam there.
Eric can make the hit, then you may be able to draw under both of those. Get a force that way. Maybe get a steal.
Yeah. Well, one thing I'm not doing if I'm Patty is hitting. Because if you should ever try and make a hit and roll on that outside one and you don't get it, you roll out. You heard.
And we don't quite roll in. She hits that. She's sitting 2, right?
Fernand coming down.
If you make the perfect roll.
Timeout. Pete Stolt makes his way to the house.
That's why we called you out. Like, guard would be all in. Okay.
Breeze being here, you can still kick it out though. Yeah, like when she plays the run back.
She'll lose this.
Yeah.
But then you'd have that. We'd have the hit and roll the next time.
I guess if I go here, if I do touch that, at least I'll go over into there, right?
Guess the question is force or try to steal one.
I think we need to go here then.
Okay.
So they've talked it over.
If you tick, make sure I roll right here. Or you roll there. Okay. You got it, Patty.
So good discussion there between the coach and the team about the options. They talked about the hit and roll on this outside one and rolling onto or near the one in the back 8 foot. That's a tougher shot than actually just, if we draw it up just like that, that's what they talked about. But it's actually much easier to just draw a rock into that position. Just like that.
Looking to get frozen on the one in the back.
Presuming then that Erica will try and make the run back double. Maybe you get lucky. And even if she does, she's going to leave a rock in the top of the house that Patty can get under. She can make a hit and roll at that point. The one option they didn't talk about is potentially to draw to the corner of the 4 foot under the other red rock.
Whoa.
This one's coming down.
All the way down. Yep. Whoa.
This looks really good.
All the way down. All the way down. Great shot, Patty.
Great.
Nicely thrown.
Great freeze.
Patty's made a number of great freezes this week.
Are you trying?
Here's the problem for Patty.
Yeah.
All Erica has to do is hit that top one and roll anywhere in the ring.
Doesn't have to make the double here.
No.
She just has to open things up to make her final stone one that's a pretty easy one.
This is the intern I played, right?
As a matter of fact,
First shot in this end, and I ended up. Did I nose it?
if I'm Erica, I don't even try for the double.
Yeah, I would agree.
I think there. Yep.
Just hit this and roll to the left.
Yeah, because if you hit and stick, you're leaving it shorter. Closer to the tee line. You could. Lank then could freeze again, and scoring area is much smaller. You might have to make some sort of hit and stick.
Yep.
You roll away here. Probably gonna have a very open shot, whatever it is. Open to the 4.
Might
open
be.
hit.
You might be drawing against 2, but you're going to have an open draw.
Yeah.
You somehow manage to cross this up and jam it.
Yep. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Close. Whoa, whoa.
Got to finish.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Roll it away.
Left it there.
Still not a bad result, because it doesn't leave Patty much more.
And what if you...
Yeah.
Interesting.
She can't run that.
Patty shot rock.
Patty is shot rock, but
Could you corner freeze to the one they just threw?
you could. You could.
And you're never like defending one that's in the back 8. That's for sure, but it's pretty much what she has. She's only got one rock left.
My preference, if I'm throwing this rock, is to, again, take away as much of Erica's last shot as possible.
Something like there.
Something like there. I mean, even if you're not second count, if you're a little higher. Of course, she wants to be second count, but right there, now Erica's looking for, a tap, probably.
Right.
For one.
Yeah.
In either case.
If you overcurl, you're sort of the shot I'm talking about. You kind of get either just corner frozen or just under that rock. Those would be pretty good spots to me too.
They'd be pretty good spots.
But I like yours better, as usual.
That the problem with curling across the center line to those spots is that you're probably going to leave a draw for Erica down to the back one.
Yeah.
Whoa,
right?
we got room. Whoa.
That's a dicey proposition for sure. This looks a little hot. Needs to die in that slide path.
Yep. Finish it. Go.
Pretty good result there.
Pretty good.
But that draw is still there, and there's a sort of backing there now.
Right.
I think there's a lot of room for error on this shot for Brown.
There is. And the
I think 90, guys?
If you're a foot and a half higher and a little bit further to the left, taking away a lot more.
I mean, we can come off the inside and do that.
Brian's looking for the shot for 3. I don't think it's there.
No.
Just the open draw. That'll get it done.
Hold up.
D-line. Yep. Where? D-line. Yep.
They like the line.
Really gotta go. Line's good. Keep going. Line's great. Yep, line. Line, go hard. Yep, line. Yep. Hard. Go hard.
Looks pretty good.
Looks really good. Little rub and roll.
Nicely done by Erica Brown. Erica takes a 7-3 lead going into the 9th. Are you a fan of curling? Do you want to know more about the sport of curling in the United States and receive regular updates about events and news from the curling world? Consider joining the USA Curling Fan Club. The fan club provides you with all the latest news releases, as well as a subscription to the U.S. Curling News. Visit the website, www.usacurl.org, today to learn more.
All right, a 4-point lead.
Yeah, I'd say Lank's all in for sure this end. There's
Yep.
no more hesitation. They're going to have to just figure out a way. They got to get at least 2, probably 3.
Well, they're certainly executing better than they did earlier in the game. That was a better end.
Yeah, Maureen had actually 2 really good draws there and gave them a chance. And Patty's freeze was good. Her draw was good. Just Brown's was just a little bit better. She had the hammer. That's what happens. Kendall going to throw it through again. Those leads love those throw-throughs. That means you're up.
All right, time to establish corner guards.
Yep. Cannot be deep. Cannot be short.
Got 30 again.
4:30 split time, I heard.
And that's been pretty typical all week for guard weight. About 26 and a half seconds. Makes for great sweeping. You really feel like you're making a difference.
Yeah, you're carrying a stone, yeah. I don't get that feeling much, John, when I sweep.
Well, I know we've all played on ice regardless of your sweeping prowess, where it definitely feels like you couldn't make a difference.
Yeah, that's true. It's absolutely true. Once played a spiel where it seemed like there was gravel on the ice. And every time I swept, I uncovered more.
Playing in the sandbox.
Yeah, it's tough way to make a living sweeping, I'd say. This one looks pretty good, though. Couple of corner guards here for Lank to work with, and Brown can easily just remove one of these. And Here we go. This has been the shot. Rebecca Funk struggled with this one early. It's made the last 4.
7. Yep. 12. Clean. Yep. 12. Yep. 12. Clean.
Yeah, I would say Rebecca's dialed in now.
Yeah. And another guard will go up. This should play out similar to the 7th. Patty likely waiting until 3rd stones to bring a rock into the rings. Might go 1 rock earlier. See if she can set up a 3.
Yep. Can't hurt it, I don't think. 3. It's all there. It's all there.
Thanks so much, everybody, for your support. We enjoy being here each and every year. Got that picture taken yesterday by Rich Harmer. Rich Fixture here. Sitting down on the ice getting some great pictures. Uh-oh. See what happened? What did I do to Rebecca there?
Yeah.
Tell her that she's dialed in. And
Yeah,
then,
exactly.
Opportunity now for Lank. Couple guards out there.
Yep. I think so.
This is where you're supposed to be able to figure out a way to get 3. 2 guards out there.
Well, and that
She added a bit. 4:30 though, gotta go.
that corner guard that was just missed is tight enough to the house to be split, so I'm certain that Erica is going to be aware of that.
Well, it's like a 7-8. Yep.
I think this is going to bury pretty nice.
Might over curl.
I may want to get off of this now.
Yeah, that's really diving.
Wow.
That's going to be almost fully open. See, this is the difficulty now because Patty has a rock in the rings and one tight enough to split later. Erica's gone out to peel the high corner. It's a little curious that she doesn't peel this into that other rock, even if it rolls into the rings and leaves Patty lying 2.
It's early enough in the end.
It's
you can
early
do
enough in
something
the
about
end that you
yeah.
might be able to get a double.
Uh-oh.
Don't want to stick this one. You're good.
That'll be fine. I started sweeping furiously. I thought maybe something had happened to that stone, but nicely done.
Yep.
So the corner guard's going to go back up, and this is where it gets fun.
Got to make this one good.
So this is Maureen's first. You probably see corner guard peel.
Come under the other guard, probably, right? Think?
Corner guard.
You think?
Peel. Split.
Oh, there's another way to do it. I like that. Stops the freeze attempt, right? Yeah, I like that. That's a good idea.
The key in this situation is to not make that move too early, right?
Right.
If you make the move too early, you try and come under, you leave a double, right? You've got these set up almost in a perfect situation to get 3.
Yeah, that's right.
That's a good corner guard by Maureen.
See, that's John Benton paying attention to where the rocks actually are. That one, very splittable.
And this is what Patty wants to see. She wants to see Erica a little bit puzzled right now about, okay, what...
I don't line the guard again.
She's looking at that rock going, I probably should deal with that. But she can't deal with that directly because then Patty comes around the guard again.
Yep.
That's a 3 that way. So I like the idea you're talking about, the double peel here. Why aren't they slashing that in? I'm going to talk it over.
Yeah, I think Alex is actually looking at that. We'll listen.
Can you see?
We'll listen.
I just don't want to be stupid. The thing is, if you hit and roll out, she's probably playing the split. If you peel, she's probably playing the split. Like, she's probably playing the split. You think so? Well,
I like how they whispered that. She's probably playing the split.
I don't know if she'll play on this one. I just want to wait. This is
I can try and get 2 or something here.
You know what you might do?
You could play.
You might just peel that splittable rock.
Yeah.
Like if
That
you
other
see
one is
him
still
go,
out there
you're
and
gonna
it's
eliminate
half
him.
exposed. You
So-
can get it later.
So if you peel the splittable rock,
Right.
then Patty probably comes
Then
under,
you leave, if you
Right.
don't make
right?
it, you leave with a guard and then she's got 2 under.
and you might have a chance to run something back, right, to prevent a 3.
We have to play some kind of down weight.
Mind
I
you,
just
if she
don't wanna
makes
just
the
take her
split,
guard
it'll
over.
have a double. All right, just play the peel.
Okay. We're just gonna go for the peel. She's got that split on that tight one. Yeah. But I mean, I don't want to just like tip the guard over by accident and leave her in the house with a split and a guard. So. Let's go for this.
Good explanation there by Alex.
Clean. Yep. Just clean. Clean.
So just the single peel here. See what Patty decides to do.
One more guard.
One more guard. Wait, wait, wait. That's
You got to
wait.
execute her. You never get a chance to pounce, but
Yeah.
this is the opportunity that she's been looking for. Maybe she can get a 3, get back in this down 1. Maureen Stolt can make a nice guard here.
This is a perfect situation where team is really just using the corner guard as a pawn, right? You don't
Because
want.
you know if you make it anywhere close, that Erica's going to have to do something with it.
Yep. You know, you come in too early and make the split, right? Now you're bringing the play into the rings, right?
And splits generally can leave you doubles.
Right.
So you got to wait to as late as you possibly can to try to attempt that.
Okay.
Just that, I think.
I don't know if this changes anything.
I don't think it does.
I think you're going to peel this again.
No, I
And
don't think now. I don't think now. I think it takes away the split, but it leaves the 3 in play if it's not perfect. I think peel. I mean, if she makes that, I'm gonna have a hit and roll under it.
I mean, the other thing that you can do now with the position of this stone is that you play the peel, but you keep in the back of your mind that you have a double here, potentially. If you catch the peel thin enough, you get rid of both stones.
Right.
Right? That's what Alex needs to be thinking right now. I mean, you don't want to oversweep it, right? You want to make sure you get the 1 for sure, but you have to keep that in the back of your mind that if you know you have a piece of the rock, you sweep it the whole way down.
Clean. Yep. Hard. Yep. Right to it. Right to it, guys. Yep. Right to it. All the way hard. Go, go. Roll it,
Don't
Kendall.
wanna leave the
Right on it.
shooter.
Right on the red.
but if they cover the split, that's not so bad.
That's actually
That's
perfect.
really good.
It's a really good result. So now Patty's going to have to go around. That worked out great for Erica. It's not what she planned, but a good plan B.
Could you split this red rock still, you think, on that intern side?
You probably could. It's a little more difficult.
Even if you punched it out into the rings, would it be that bad?
The problem is getting your shooter on.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, you have to catch just a small
Very-
piece of it, spin it and your shooter on. That's a way more difficult split than coming from the center line side.
So as it stands, they're going to try to come around here. Don't want to leave too much out here.
Gotta bury it. Go now. Go.
There's the move they were looking for.
Whoa, whoa.
And they get it mostly buried.
Doesn't look like it. Still think
Actually, you can probably roll under.
What weight do you want to play?
it's probably too even to make the double. Erica's saying you could roll to half buried
Yeah, 9.
underneath that rock. But as long as she sticks around, there won't be a shot for 3 for Patty. There won't be a split. So she just wants to make sure she gets a large piece of this rock.
Clean. Yep. 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 Hard. Yep. Hurry. Hard, guys. Hard. Hurry. Hard.
Gets a little roll.
Yep.
It's a good shot.
No shot for 3. Stayed in the rings.
We'll just get rid of it. We're 2. This one? Okay.
So it looks like you're going to play the hit on this Yellowstone. Could draw to the 4-foot here. But if you hit and stay anywhere in the rings, you're going to be 2. As Maureen reminds Patty. If you hit, we stick, we're 2. Must make, I would say.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just a hit and stick. As long as she catches half of this rock, she's going to be good. Right on the beak, it looks like.
Nicely done. Patty Lank gets her 2 in the 9th. It's going to trail Erica Brown coming home 7-5. Volunteerism is the lifeblood of every successful curling club. USA Curling recognizes the importance of club-based volunteer efforts to the growth of the sport through the Volunteer of the Year Award. Nomination forms for the 4th Annual Volunteer of the Year Award will be available online soon.
Speaking of that, that's a good segue into thanking all of the volunteers from the Kalamazoo Curling Club and the other curling clubs here in Michigan. Other people helping out at the event. It's been very well run. No glitches or hiccups as far as I know. Pretty solid week of attendance. You know, it's been a nice championship event. I mean, all right. So Patty Lank down a couple of points here. Has to steal at least 2 to push this game to extra ends.
Good shot.
Erica playing the tick shot here for Kendall. It's a little odd that she's playing this on the side where she has to push it further, but it's just a preference that Kendall has. And this one really curling, but she gets a good piece of it, and it doesn't look like it's going out. That's a nice shot by Kendall. Shooter rolls out.
It's nice to see Kendall all dialed in after a couple of throw-throughs.
Yeah. Saw some commentary last night, just browsing the internet a bit about there's some people starting to have some problem with the tick shot in curling.
Yeah.
Not liking it, saying that teams are getting too good at it now and it's taking all the fun out of the game, which is, again, part of the reason why I think people are talking about a 5-rock free guard zone.
Yeah, I had talked about an idea I had sort of in the booth here, and I think Jerry said it's something being discussed, so I don't know if I made it up or if I just heard it and just forgot it, but maybe setting something up like an 8-foot line where you can't tick something beyond the 8-foot line.
Ooh.
And that might bring more rocks into play and make the tick shot a little bit harder.
Just means more markings in the ice.
True. Now, I'm not suggesting the trapezoid like in basketball or anything, but
well,
something straight.
Based on the hip checks we were seeing
That's
earlier.
Right. Never know. So, Anna Bauman here.
Looking for a second guard, just tight to the rings. Kendall missing her second attempt at a tick.
This one's out there. Gonna need to move.
Yeah, Anna's had a couple of these runs straight. I think she just might be moving that rock back a little bit to the broom. That rock's wide open.
Surprised Rebecca's numbers haven't improved more than that. She's made about 5 or 6 consecutive shots, about as perfect as you can.
Yeah, it's
missed that one that I jinxed her on.
The thing that I know about stats is that the zeros really, really hurt you in the stat column.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to make them back up, even with a bunch of hundreds.
Yeah. That one well done. Hits and rolls out of the house. Sure that one scored very high. So Anna looking to improve on her stone. The last time it kind of drifted out on her.
This one, a little better line. Starting to finish. It's not bad if this one gets to the back button. Again, Patty needing to steal at least 2. Now Erica able to ask for open peels on these center guards.
Clean. Yep. Clean. Clean. Good shot.
There's a solid peel by Becca. So at this point, if things don't change dramatically, you're going to see center guards go up and you're going to see peels. And at some point, Patty's going to have to figure out a way to set up a stagger of these rocks in the rings and hope for a miss.
Yeah, complete whiff.
That's really what that one tick shot by Kendall to open the end does, is it creates a pretty tough situation for Patty to be able to steal 2.
Go.
So at this point, Patty's just got to hope that one of these peels hits somewhere close to nose and leaves her a second or a guard somewhere on the sheet, hopefully near the center line.
Carlson shooting 87%, looking for another peel.
It's actually a double possible here.
Good shot.
Just a single peel.
Over the top. And Maureen Stolt here with her last rock of these championships. Unless we go to extras.
Well, I'm sure there's been plenty of commentary, Joe, but did you guys get a count? Last I heard, there was only 1 or 2 draws that didn't have an extra end game.
I think it was 4 or 5
was
at
it?
the end of the day, yeah. Things got a little bit better towards the end. People decided games in regulation.
Everybody definitely got their money's worth.
No kidding. Bonus curling out left and right.
You know, and I don't remember, but maybe one draw that the ice crew wasn't able to turn it around and get it back on track in time. I think one draw we were back maybe 5 minutes.
Yeah, at the most. Generally, they're ready to go before we are.
You got it.
So, one more guard here, then Patty comes in. Or do you come in now and hope for the miss now?
Well, I think you're probably going to at least try and get this one biting.
Yeah.
You know, you never know. There's at this point you're hoping on a, you know, some sort of a fluke.
Yeah. It's amazing how quiet the arena gets on these in the last end.
I was remarking last night that, you know, other than, you know, the made shots, it was dead silent out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, not even a young child murmuring.
Whoa. Yep. Yep.
This
Whoa,
one's
yep.
sliding in a little deeper.
Center line a little bit.
Wow, line it up.
Okay.
At least it's no more than a rock's width. You know, that's the way I look at it. You know?
So, here's the question, Joe.
Yeah.
Do you play the double?
I might if I was playing it on the out-turn side and not the in-turn side. I'd play it kind of...
Let me ask you
Yeah.
again. Do you need to play the double?
You don't need to, obviously. It ends the game.
What's the danger in playing the double?
The danger is you nose it. You don't want to do that.
No, exactly.
Yeah, you definitely want to nose this. So
Peel-
you peel it out and you
peel it out.
and you peel out the next one to win the
Exactly.
game. I like winning with one shot, John.
I agree. I agree, but the
I don't
coach,
trust my last one all the time.
The coach in me looks at this and says, "Do not play the double.
Don't have to. Don't
you
have to.
to play the double."
Yeah, trust. At this level, you're trusting you're making both your peels. There's
Exactly.
no doubt about it.
Exactly.
I understand that.
There's no reason to add risk.
You're asking me though. Do I make the double? No, I try.
That's exactly
That's
what
a
Erica
great shot.
does.
That's perfect. Yeah, not going to do much better than that.
Patty,
And, she'll have exactly the same shot with her next one, no matter what.
Exactly, and she'll probably make the double.
Right, exactly.
Any way we can get her to throw the out turn? Okay.
Without any guards out there,
Not likely.
Not likely.
I got to give Patty some credit. She was down the whole game. She's going to make Erica throw that last stone in the 10th end.
Absolutely.
But it's just Erica managing the game the entire way, knowing that she's going to have control.
She's thrown that all game. Tighten it up a bit.
Patty's last rock on the way. Saw her look back there.
Yep.
Not sure if she saw something on the
Yep.
ice.
The hog line tripped her.
Yep. Yep. Whoa. Yep, yep, yep.
Well, she was looking for her to make the out turn.
All right, good sweep.
This probably
Nice
didn't
shot,
get the job done.
So, yep.
Calling timeout here.
She must be tight on time.
Plenty of time here to talk
Yeah.
it over.
No reason not to use it.
You can't use it after this shot.
Exactly.
So might as well get it in. They don't have a coach, right? So
No, she
not
just
even-
making sure that she doesn't need to rush. She put the broom down a little tighter than her last one. She's just got to make contact here with good solid weight. Make sure one of those leaves the house. Clean it all the way down if you're a sweeper. Rock coming down for the national championship
there she goes. Look at this.
for the women.
Get them both. Up, just gets one, rolls
Nice
away.
shot.
Lank steals one, but that's not enough. And Erica Brown and her team of Alex Carlson, Rebecca Funk, and Kendall Beam have now won the 2015 Women's National Championship.
Great week by both teams.
Yeah, Brown only losing one game during this whole week. Just a very dominating type performance. Lank team put up a good fight, but really got down early. It was just a little too much.
Nice hand from the crowd here for both teams. Get some photos. You know, really interesting to see both Erica and Patty in that final with a younger squad like we talked about earlier. You know, I think we saw in some of playoff games their experience showing up with ice reading and being able to adjust to conditions. So, you know, it's really, really good to see that experience being passed on, if you will, to some of these younger players and giving them a shot.
And Patty getting a chance to play with her daughter clearly provided some enthusiasm for her around the game. Had taken the year off last year, comes back, gets right back into a final. So that's going to do it for us for this Women's National Championship. We have one more game for you on tap. That's at 3 p.m., and that's going to be Craig Brown and John Schuster. It's the men's final, and John already purchased his ticket already to go to Worlds, but he's looking for that national championship, and we're going to have it for you at 3 o'clock. Thanks again for John Benton. This is Joe Calabrese signing off from Wing Stadium in Kalamazoo, Michigan. Your national champions, this Team Erica Brown. We'll see you at 3 o'clock.